Okay, team, we're going to be learning about slicing, and there's actually going to be a lot of similarities to how we work with range. So do you remember this first version of range takes a single argument, and we can think about this as starts at 0, that's our default, stops before, and our value there is 4, and our step size is 1. All right, our next example is when it took 2 arguments, and here, starts out was 2, stops before was 5, and we had an implied step size of 1. And a reminder, normally we're using range for a loop, but to be able to print it, we have to turn it into a list first. But the big picture to make sure you understand is range with different numbers of arguments. Let's look at the 3 argument version. Okay, so here's a 3 argument version. Maybe it's a little confusing there that I have 2 2s. So let's run that again. So we do 3, 5, 7. Okay, great. Here, starts out as 3, stops before is 8, and the step size is 2. Next, we'll look at an example drawing on this range version that takes 2 arguments. Here I've made a string, and I'm just putting the digits 0 through 9 in it. Those are still string values, not ints, but slicing, I'm going to get a subset of the characters in my string. And if I just used a word, I think it'd be a little more annoying because I always have to count what character I was at. So we know that we can do things like I could print index 3, which for us is going to be the string 3, right? Because that's the 3rd item. So that's one way we use square brackets with strings. Another, here I'm going to make an output is that, and then I'll print that output. That's going to be helpful to us. So there I'm printing the output. Okay, and I gave myself a little formatting. Let's look if we do something similar to our range. So I say 2 to 5, and I'll run it. And working with the string here, it started at index 2, it stopped before index 5, and the step size was 1. If instead I had letters, you can see I would get, again, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which is index 2, 3, and 4. I could go all the way to the end by using 10. So it starts at 2, it ends before 10. There is no index 10. The last index is index 9 because we start at 0. Another thing I could have put here is I could have put the length of my string. That is also 10, so that works. And let's look at these side by side. And the last one, I actually can just completely omit it and I get all the same thing. So really the one that's printing at the end is that one. But for the string here that has 10 characters, I get the same value. Here I hard-coded the length, so that's 1 past the last index. Or I just could explicitly ask it for the length and use that, or I can just leave it blank. So that blank stops before means that we go through to the end. Yo, what if I just delete that colon? I think you know what we're gonna get. I'll run it. And I'm just using a string indexing, so I'm getting the second element. And so here we're not slicing the string. We can save some of these rules while we look at more examples. So a blank stop before means go to the end or through the end. And I'll put our error example there at the top too, where there I'm only accessing an element. Okay, so here I've got the 2 values. It starts at 2, it ends before or stops before 6. So you should be able to guess what characters I'm going to get. And it would be the same thing here. It would just be like harder to confirm that we got the ones we thought we were going to get. I can also do a step size here. Maybe I'll start at index 1. As a review, let's look at what that would look like if we use that for range. So I do 1, 9, 2, then let me print that. You can see I get 1, 3, 5, 7 if I use range. And let's run this code and we get those same values. Again, we're only getting those digits because I'm working with a version that has those digits. If we did the same thing here with the string, the actual letters, I would start at index 1, I would stop before index 9, that's the I, and I would get every other letter because my step size is 2 instead of the default of 1. So if I go back to 1, I get each of those values, and 2, step size of 2 skips 1. Again, if I don't have the stops before, I just default to the end. If I don't have the start, then I default to starting at the beginning. So here's that example. Blank start means start at index 0 and last, and a blank step means use a step of 1. Remember, if we use the 3 argument sort of version, do we get a step size? That's the case for range. So the 1 item, that's not super relevant to us here, but the 2 item one had an implied step size of 1. And similarly here, if I leave off the step size, I get an implied step size of 1. And there I don't even really need that 3rd argument. But you can imagine if I was going from 2 to 7, that will be a step size of 1, or just removing that entirely would be a step size of 1. This can take a while to get used to, but hopefully it's helpful that it's really similar to range. And I think just remembering that like, oh, this is like early list stuff. That's just accessing an element. It's not doing a slice. So above I was working with that string that had the digits in it that served as a reminder for what index those particular characters came from. Here I'm going to work with a list and show that we can slice lists as well. And I'll give them sort of hopefully similarly identifiable values. Again, these are all just strings, but honestly, they could be numbers and it would be fine too. Although that's 0, 0, I wouldn't be able to write as a number and have it show up as 0, 0. So here is an example where I provide the starts and the ends before. So you should be able to predict what this one's going to do. Instead of working with a string, it works with a list, but it works essentially the same way. I could have a step size of 2. I could leave off that one, and then a blank stops before just means go to the end. I could start at the beginning and then do a step size of 1 as a way of reversing it, or reversing a subset of it. If I wanted to reverse the whole thing, I just put no arguments for start, ends before, or stop before. I only put that negative step. And I could do that too with the strings above. So maybe I start at 8, I'm gonna go to 3, and I'll use a negative step. And I could do that exact same thing when I was working with range. I'll run that. And here, I think it's a little easier to see with the numbers, so it counts down. Starting at index 8, ending before index 3, and using that step size of -1.